Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining us for What's the Topic again. This week we will be discussing music. Music that we grew up on, music that we listen to, different genres of music, different types of music. We're going to dig into it deep. And I am your co host, Debra Love.
And I am your other co-host, Emairia Love, aka Mars on the internet.
Hey, Mars on the internet. I like that.
I just want to give just a little disclaimer. It is cold as frost outside.
It's in the 20s here.
And we're recording inside just for the safety of our health for sure. And
we just got over COVID about 3 weeks ago now, I guess.
And that took a toll on us completely. And we don't want to catch another cold again. No, nothing.
Do not.
So we go record here. Look at the website. It's so pretty. You should go check out our website. Please check out our website. It's down in the description and on the screen right now. But we're going to get into talking about music at different decades, because different music always resurfaces throughout each year, in my opinion.
It's a sample of other genres of music.
So yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so I would talk about the music that I grew up on, and my love for music came from listening to it when we were doing our chores on the weekend. Mama would wake us up early in the morning. No, she didn't actually wake us up. We would wake up listening to her blues. Whatever her mood was on that Saturday morning, that's what we heard. I listened to a whole lot of blues as far as James Brown, Bobby Blue Bland, B.B. King, Johnny Taylor. As far as blues that I can really think of right off the back of my head. And yes, I do know some blues songs, especially from them. And then she would play Aretha Franklin. We listened to
that's like soul blues right there.
Diana. Well, that's not blues. That's away from blues.
That's more soul then.
Yeah. I'm just saying. So as far as blues, the ones that I mentioned earlier, that's what we listen to. But still, like I said, it depends on her mood.
Right.
So she probably want to go to some Motown, to some. I'm trying to think, because we had 45s growing up, 45s and albums and 8-track tapes. So whatever she wanted to listen to, as far like I said, Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, James Brown, the Jacksons, and the Jackson 5.
Sorry for a dog.
Yeah, the list can, because we are inside, because you're probably gonna hear a little bit barking. But the list can go on and on with that, because I like, me personally, growing up, the Commodores, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
After the interruption.
Yes, but still, it's with music. We try to keep this authentic, so I didn't write down a list of singers, songwriters, bands, or anything. But I know that we watched a whole lot of Soul Train, a whole lot of American Bandstand, listen to the Countdown, as far as with Dick Clark and Casey Kasem. We listened to, because that's how we used to learn music. We had to Write On magazine. That's how we learned some of the lyrics to the song, because Write On put what they want to put on in there. But most of the time, we want to learn the lyrics to the music. You just have to listen to the music over and over again. And hopefully you were
singing the right lyrics.
Yeah, hearing the words correctly in order to get the song. But I am a big music lover, and I listen to all types of music. I mean, it could be some hard rock, it could be some rock, it could be some pop, rock and roll. I like Elvis Presley as far as that. We did watch a lot of Hee Haw, so that put us in the realm of country music, because that's what my grandmama looked at when we stayed with her. We watched Hee Haw. You have to look that up, see what I'm talking about as far as that. Yeah, so we watched that, and the what was it? I can say I know it was a Welks show. I can't think of the name of it, but he used to be the be the I guess you can say the conductor over the band, and he would have them play music, and then you can see the couples come out on the um, floor and they would dance. I know the last name is Welks. I cannot think of the first name,
I'll probably look it
but
up
it was.
for the people that know. You
I
can leave
know
it in the
it's
comments, you know.
WELKS show,
Mm.
and it is an old show too, but still listen to that type of music. You know, you will hear music if you looked at the Lucille Ball show because her husband was a musician. So you heard some of that type of music. Music always in shows that you watch as well.
Shows and
Yeah,
movies and
right.
everywhere.
So you pick that, but I still it's so much music out there today. I just still go back and listen to my old music. I may have some artists
Because
that I
old
really
music still
listen.
hits till this day, you
But the
know.
thing about it, and like I was telling you when we was listening to a song the other day, I said I heard James Brown in there. I think I heard some because it was a mashup or whatever.
Yeah, it was.
You know,
Like radio mashups, specifically, some radio
right,
stations will do that. Have a DJ up in there and they'll
right.
like do a
So
certain
I
selection of
heard
songs.
some Biggie Smalls song and somebody else song. You know, so
Like they
people gonna
have Biggie
sample
Smalls
music
and
all the
Chris
time.
Brown on there. I think they had
Right.
that.
People sample, they sample music all the time. It's just that each generation is new to them, but the prior generations is not new to us because you can still hear that sample of lyrics or maybe that sample
Of the sound or
the
whatever.
music. Yeah. So you can hear that in new songs. So, and Bruno Mars is one of the ones that I can hear a whole lot of MC Hammer, James Brown, especially.
We just want to go like on the slower pace, you know. We can hear some of the like the older soul
Right,
music
right.
type songs, like something that you'll probably either hear
Marvin
Soul
Gaye,
Train. Yeah, that's what
Tammy
I was thinking of.
Terrell. When you get into that, the Shy Lights, you get into Smokey Robinson, you get into my type of music because I can just listen to them on and on and on. Isley Brothers, really, because they still making music today. They've been around in this game. I would say for myself, at least 60 years.
That's a long time.
A long time because Ronald Isley, he should be on up in age right now. I don't know how old he is.
You know, it is
Yeah,
what it is.
but he still looks good, and he's still making music. I mean, genius, really, really good. Stevie Wonder is another one that I just still I get into some of my favorite artists later on. I'll just let you talk about some of the music that you grew up on.
I mean, what music I mostly grew up on was like mostly just it was at first kid style music, you know, from specifically just in general stuff that you hear on TV, like on Disney Channel or most like Playhouse as it was when I was younger.
Because they had Kids Bop growing
I
up.
was not a Kids Bop kid.
Okay.
I was never a Kid Bop.
But they had it.
I had 100. What was that one? Like the top 100 hits or whatever, which actually had the songs of those hits just on that album. Real ones from the 2000s or the 90s, kids will know exactly what I'm talking about. You've seen them commercials, but specifically, I was that type of kid watching that. I mean, you know, even if we going back to when I was really young, comes to like the Wiggles and stuff like that. The Wiggles were iconic. We gonna talk about that. The Wiggles were iconic, and they still are iconic till this day, just in their own region, Australia, if I'm incorrect.
I don't know where the Wiggles are from.
I think they're from Australia.
Canada?
No, Australia.
Australia? Okay.
They're from Australia anywhere. And specifically their music in my opinion definitely connects well with kids for sure. You even had other ones that like come and go. You got like when it was the Fresh Beat Band, had to think about that.
Yeah.
The Doodle Bops, you got that one too.
Yeah.
Like I said, those were like the come and go bands. You even had the Imagination Movers, which still go on till this day, by the way.
They do?
I did not know that.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, you know, people still got passion for music or passion for songwriting. They still keep going, you know? And I'm like, okay, we keep going. So let me keep going a little bit further. When I got older, anyway, I listened to a lot more pop with more sense of the, not downer music, not sad music, but more sense of pop with feeling. Pop, not like house or anything like that, but pop more sense of that gets you like, oh, they spin right here, like they're speaking some truth. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like SZA, you got even like specifically Tyler the Creator, I could say that, and a couple other artists like Bruno Mars, even some of them when it came to like the 2010s for sure with his music.
With his music, yeah, because she introduced me to Bruno Mars. Because she had me watching some of his videos. I'm like, this man is dragging a piano all over the city. I said, what's going on with that? And I had to listen to the song because I said, Mama, let's just listen to the song. And I'm like, oh boy, this song right here, it's like crazy. But
I like that stylistic music because he got an artist that wants to portray a story just in a shorter form or in a longer form, but just in a section of music. You know what I mean?
Right. So, but then I became a fan. I am a big Bruno Mars fan. So yes, I do.
I mean, even Beyonce. Of course, we gotta talk about Miss Beyonce and even Taylor Swift for certain one of her songs too. There's so many artists out there that I could give my flowers to, but just in general, just off the top of my head, when it comes to pop singers, you got even Rihanna in the like 2000s, 2010s era.
Oh, yeah.
And
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga, Britney Spears. You got those are the ones I personally grew up on. Lady Gaga is mostly the one I grew up on, and it was like Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Rihanna. Those are my three when it came to like female singers, 2000s and 2010s for sure. That I listened to the most. Oh, another one I like to give my flowers to is Adele.
Adele. That's what I'm about to say. That was like you was like 5, 6 years old, and she used to have the CD player and the headphones on and go around
21?
singing.
Is that the album? I believe 21.
Rolling in the Deep was one of your songs that you like to sing all the time.
I could listen to that whole album and still feel the same.
So I'm like, okay, I'm a big Adele fan as well. So we have our people that we listen to all the time. So right now, the person that I'm becoming a huge fan of is Cynthia and Revo. She is really, really good. You haven't listened to her?
Which song was that you said?
No, she staged. She was a stage
performer.
Yeah, and plays.
Oh,
that's where she came from, and then she did the movie Harriet.
Oh, her. Okay.
And then she is I want to say she's in Pinocchio.
Yeah. I've never seen the live action Pinocchio. That's just
it's good. She sing "When You Wish Upon a Star." That iconic song. She did it justice. So yes, Cynthia, go look at some of her stuff.
I will.
She is a powerhouse for that little body she had. I think she's like 5'1", 5'2", but she is a powerhouse.
I was gonna say like powerhouse singers for sure. We can go back even further. We can go back to Pink.
Yeah.
I would go to one of her concerts or something.
Right.
Because not only she's a performer specifically, but also as well her voice powerful, and it makes me almost tear up when she like gets deep into a song. You know what I mean?
Right. But Jessica Simpson has a powerful voice too.
Jennifer Hudson. Is that her?
Jennifer Hudson. But I'm thinking about this other girl. I can see her. She got a dimple in her chin.
Jessie J.
Jessie J, but it's not Jessie J.
She do have dimples. I don't know if
it's but I had to come back to her. When I say her, you're gonna know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But specifically, like we just talked about Jessie J. I could think a couple months back anyway, talking about powerhouse. Her voice,
right?
Power. It's like whoa. Okay, she can hold it. She can hold a riff for a very long time too.
LeAnn Rimes. If you know and go back and listen to some of LeAnn Rimes' songs. She has a powerful voice as well.
There's so many powerhouse singers in my opinion, and they like either got their flowers for the moment, or either it's like they still have like their own status anyway, and it's still ongoing. You know what I mean? And that's just personally my forte when it comes to music. About especially me growing up with the music that I listened to. Those were some of the artists that came off the top of my head. I'm
still trying to think of this young lady's name. Oh my goodness, it's gonna hump me because I can see her face. I want to say she stopped. Did she playing some Disney stuff? She had some um, I guess you can say maybe depression or something like
Oh,
that.
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
Like
That's
Demi
who that
Lovato.
is. She has a beautiful voice.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful voice.
I think she's still singing and songwriting to this day too.
I'm sure she are.
I think she got her life back together too as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know her story. Not a full story anyway,
Of
but
course,
I
the
just
media will always say something else when it comes to
right,
stuff like that.
right.
You don't
So,
know what they're
it's
personally going through.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but we can
Killer
always like,
powerhouse.
mm-hmm.
Whitney Houston.
That is almost, in my opinion, a black queen of powerhouse. If you would.
Yes. I seen Whitney in concert when I was in
I
high
recently
school.
bought a Whitney T-shirt because I love her so much.
Yeah, I seen her in concert when she was just 19, 20 years old. I seen her in concert. She was on tour with Luther Vandross, who is my
We'll get into
utmost.
male singers in a minute too.
Luther Vandross and Whitney Houston. My aunt took me to my first concert, and it was theirs. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I mean, she was amazing at that time. I'm like, who is this lady coming out on stage with a mink coat on? Because it was kind of like cool in the cool code in the Coliseum that we was in, and maybe that was a part of her outfit. And then she took it off. But it was just the fact that just being in high school at that time and going to a concert and seeing people like that who became
successful
over time, became basically the go-to that people wanted to be like. People sang a lot of their songs. Because Whitney has a whole lot of iconic songs. That if people are going to go to an audition, if you see them on American Idol, if you see them on The Voice, they are sampling one of her songs. Trying to make it their own. But you got to have a voice if you're gonna do that.
Either The Voice or at most make it authentic to your own forthright. That is still, you can
bring
still
it
give
down
it
some
props.
octaves.
You know what I mean?
Because Mariah Carey, ain't too many people can hit those high notes the way she hit. But
I heard it more and more recently, anyway, with certain artists, with very certain artists. You know what I mean? Not everybody can get it up there every time.
But the queen, the really queen of that whistle tone, Minnie Riperton. Go back and listen to her.
I know you showed me that. Like I probably say like a couple years back for sure.
Yeah, but she passed away in the 70s.
Oh, but I mean, anytime everybody, you probably found an old clip on YouTube anyway of her.
Well, I think they I've been seeing reels of her. Someone trying to say who did it the best.
Was it probably like her, Mariah Carey, then Ariana Grande or something?
Yeah,
those three.
Yeah, and then I want to say they had Kelly Clarkson in there as well.
Oh yeah, Kelly can't get up there. And Tori Kelly, the country girl, can also get up there too effortlessly. So.
Yep.
But we're gonna take a little break, and we'll be right back after this. Okay, let's get into some male singers if we can a little bit more.
Or male groups as well. Yeah.
Groups in general that we personally like.
Because let me see. Oh, it was so many out. It was Shy. It was Boys to Men. It was Drew Hill. They had out was with Casey and JoJo and Mr. Dalvin. I can't think of the group name, but it was them as far as boy groups. And then when it came down to girls, of course, Destiny Child was a part of it. We had In Vogue. There was a little baby girl group, or Kitty Bop group. It was, they call them Three Little Women or 3L, whatever it was, but
3LW, whatever that was.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
It was them. Who else? Of course, if we want to go back further, you can go back to Diana Ross and the Supremes.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
It's so many.
It is so many groups.
It's like so many groups that came together at a certain time, either disbanded because of loss of interest, or either was a paid fair. There's so many things that happen when it comes to groups like that.
Boys to Men, they'll still come back together and they'll make music. But this group called Silk, they really, really harmonize together. I'm just trying to think of some old CDs that me and your daddy had in the car.
I'm like, you're just
and
running through VHS tapes in your
just
head
pull
right
out,
now.
CDs and go through things like that because if still, when I think about it, really was a full male group at that time. It was Earth, Wind and Fire, Frankie Beverly and Mays, the Commodores. All of those were male singers in that group. If I can think about it, as Teddy Pendergrass, a powerful male singer. Marvin Gaye, people, really loved Marvin Gaye. James Brown, I think James Brown more or less to me was the entertainer because I really couldn't understand all the lyrics that he was saying, but he was more or less the entertainer when it came down to that. If I can think about Babyface, the group that he had it was the Deal, Deele. So it was Babyface at that time. It was just
there's so many. I mean, even like touching into K-pop for a second, BTS.
BTS, yeah.
That
your sister was crazy about BTS, boy.
That group was iconic in my opinion, and I don't know if they're gonna come back together because they're military enrollment and stuff like that, dealing with Korea. But excuse me. But specifically with that, when the group was all together at one unit, all of them good performers. All of them, in my opinion, have their own charisma and stuff like that.
Watching the video Butter.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
It's in my opinion, they're a really good group. But we're only touching that for a second because some K-pop stands might come from my neck if I keep talking about it. But specifically, just in general, I mean, there's so many groups, girl groups, boy groups that, like I said, came together and like disbanded sometimes after like ending of contracts or ending specifically just moving on and doing their own personal thing, like solo careers and stuff like that. Or so it's so many different reasons on why, because sometimes it can even be the company not paying certain people in the group fairly. Sometimes that they can disband like that. But once again, that's on the person and the person in that group own accord to be like, hey, it's time for me to go.
Yeah, and then you really don't know what's going on in the group. Another group, as far as a male group, New Edition.
New Edition. That's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of the group.
Yeah, that was. I was because it's another group because Emairia was a part of a group that did so well back in the '90s, and I can't think of the name of that group. BTW, I think.
Is it? I'll fact check it.
Yeah, fact check that because just fact check Emairia. He was in that, and then I know his brother sang before he started singing too. So the brother was in played Roger in Sister Sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he is a good singer as well. So it's so many. It's so many groups out there. The list gets to go on and on and on. Because I'm trying to think of it right now on the spot while we're doing this.
It's very hard.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like you're on a game show. I don't know.
But I mean, we can talk about rappers for a second. Specifically, these rappers that you grew up on, that we personally like. Controversy or not, you know what I mean. Just in general, we can talk about Ice Cube for a second.
Yeah,
we love ourselves some Ice Cube. In my opinion, he know how to spit and spit in a way that's cool. You know what I mean, without cussing too much.
But he just sounds so hardcore. He is. I mean, I've watched him in movies and stuff, and his smile.
You said he almost reminds you of Daddy.
Yeah,
and my dad in a way.
You're looking all hard at times. Then you turn that smile on, and be like, "Hey, oh, he can smile," But yeah, I like him not only in as far as his music, but I like him as far as acting as well. So he does a really good job with that. But one of mine that I listened to the most when rap was going on in my era was Tupac Shakur. So I liked his because his storytelling to me was really nice. And then he used to do some things that was playful with some of his things, but then still it was his storytelling in here. So I like that. But I'm really not a big rap fan.
Both of us are not like too much into
rap
fan, but we have so many like in the Black community that has like done something good or were memorable in a way, in my opinion.
Right.
I think of two people that I personally love the most when it comes to rap. I don't consider this person a rapper anyway because he's, in my opinion, well versed in so many other things that he can sing, songwrite, and all that.
Name it.
Huh?
T-Pain?
No, not that. Well, we do love me some I do love me some T-Pain.
Yeah.
All right, but specifically, not him. It's Tyler the Creator. I love his music and his storytelling. In my opinion, not only he writes, directs, but also produces, songwrites, and he sings very well. He said it in an interview before that in his opinion, his voice is not good. In my opinion, his voice is good. His rapping, in my opinion, you can feel pain in certain lyrics, especially in my opinion. I mean, when he has an idea, he runs a mile with it, in my opinion. And I love his music. Another person as well I can think of is Kendrick Lamar. His music is really good too. His storytelling is really good too as well. And he has made his stamps not only in as an artist, but also as a producer. Like he used to like get back there and help out some rappers and other artists too as well. So I mean, I give more sense props when it comes to certain rappers that it's well versed in a lot of things than just being an artist. You know what I mean? And that's just two people I can say off the top. Three people anyway. Mentioned the T-Pain. Just came off the top of my head in the first place that I personally like as rappers.
And she's young. Of course, I'm older, so I really don't know too many artists unless I'm driving in the car and I'm listening to the radio, and it depends on what station it's on. It'll give me that artist name and the name of the song. And somebody named that when I hear him, it reminds me of Marvin Gaye, and his name is October London. And the song that I hear most of the time on the radio is Your Place of Residence. He sounds like Marvin Gaye so much. I haven't taken the time out to go trying to see if it's a video that comes along with the song, because that's what I used to get into all the time, to see if the video is in alignment with the lyrics of the song.
Yeah, I look at that as a storyteller. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I personally.
But some songs and videos don't match up.
Sense, or make sense in their own forthright. You know what I mean? But that's just in my opinion. If you can tell the story and everybody in the room understands it, in my opinion, you got a good person on your hands. Right. As an artist and a storyteller.
Right. So I just to hear him, and I'm like, this. Is this Marvin Gaye's son or something? That's what I was thinking, because he sounds so much like Marvin Gaye.
So who said October? What's his last name?
October London.
London. Okay. Listen to a few of these people that we recommend or even just mentioned before, And I think we're gonna take another break and we're gonna talk about our favorite artists and then wrap everything up.
Okay.
All right. All right, Mama, geek out about your one person.
Oh. He brought me so much joy. The first song that I fell in love with was Can't Fool Myself, I Don't Want Nobody Else to Ever Love Me. That song.
We can't sing it all, we're going to get copyrighted.
Yeah, I'm not going to mess with it. But Luther Vandross. He is my favorite, can't say favorite as many times as I want to, artist. It's just something about Luther. He tells a song. He got some songs that you can really groove to, but you just listen to his lyrics and it's like, wow, this man is really in love either with music or he's seen somebody else in love. I don't know what his song lyrics was based on. His life was based on the people that he was seeing, was based on his parents, things like that. But even from that album all the way to the last one before he passed away, the one he dedicated to his dad, Dance with My Father, that was a beautiful album as well. Excuse me, miss, what's your name? That's all I'm going to say about that part. But yes, Luther, I mean, I've been listening to Luther Vandross since I was in the 9th grade.
Yeah, you said
that's when someone was coming down the street singing. I said, whose song is that? And she didn't tell me. So now I got to wait by the radio and listen.
It's almost like that song. Old time music. Like, who is this magical person?
Yeah, we didn't have the internet where you can just go to YouTube or go to Google and try to find out. Just type in some words and then boom, it pops up. we had to go just sit by the radio and just hopefully that song would come on before you went to sleep.
Like I said, it sounds like something like from an old timey movie or something like, who is this magical person? And then you hear it and it just their whole world just lights up, you know what I mean?
But she didn't tell me. She didn't tell me who song. I mean, she was into it. I mean, singing all the lyrics and everything. I'm like, whose song are you singing? And she just kept on walking on down the street. I'm like, okay, I got to find out who that is. It's Luther Vandross, and I've been a fan ever since. Ninth grade. Can you imagine?
I know.
Ninth grade, I was just 14 years old. I've been a fan of Luther, Blue so many years.
Okay, we ain't gonna put
we're gonna say number. That, but yeah.
But so many artists I just love, and Spotify would do like a wrap of each year that they would normally do and stuff like that. And it's like, I listened to them that much? I didn't think I did, you know what I mean? But one person that always will stay like on auto loop, for my opinion, is Tyler, the Creator. I love his music a lot, in my opinion.
I'm going to find out who this Tyler, the Creator is.
I've been talking about him probably for like the past 3 years. You have not listened. But specifically, I don't know.
He got too many names. Tyler, the Creator. Well, he just can't just be one name. Two names. Tyler, the. Tyler, okay.
But anywho, specifically, I already mentioned in this episode alone how much I love his music and his storytelling, and many of his albums have spoke to me in a bunch. And another person, female artist anyway, that speaks to me and been speaking to me ever since I was 6 years old, as Mama mentioned, is Adele. I love Adele more than anything. I listen to her albums, still like to some of them, and like just start sobbing, tearing up, and everything like that. Still remember the lyrics to this day.
But since you saying your favorite artist, I would go back and say mine, and that's Whitney Houston. You know, even with that, I can go back further and probably.
If you want to like say like some certain groups that you like too, like your favorite anyway, boy group, girl group, whatever.
My favorite girl group was TLC.
You did say it. That's why the group I was thinking about. I couldn't think of like the orientation of the letters.
I mean, it was some other girl groups that I listened to, but I just like the different personalities in that group and how well they balance each other. You know, it's like they say, you had the crazy, you had the sexy, and you had the cool.
I mean, I no girl group really clicked with me when I was younger. Anyway, in more sense of K-pop groups, because I like listening to K-pop not only for just hearing lyrics anyway, just in general, how it translates into, you know, maybe meshing with English, meshing with like other languages that the artist knows and stuff like that. I like listening to that. Sometimes I like listening for storytelling. Sometimes I also like to listen because I just want to hear new artists that are, you know, coming through crosses through America, not just staying in Korea. You know what I mean? There's one girl group that I personally love the most, and it is aespa. It's spelled, I believe, AESPA, aespa, and it's a four-person girl group. I love their music. I love all their separate personalities, and I just personally like their music too. The recent music that came out, in album 2, Drama, Theatrics, it was given what the girls said they were supposed to get. I knew this album was going to be good too, and I love their other albums too. I heard about this discography anyway since they first debuted, and it was because of Just Dance. That's why, and the song was Black Mamba. That was their debut single, and I personally liked it because of their technicality when it came to the dancing anyway with that one, because they drop to the floor every time when they say Black Mamba, and it's very dynamic when it happens. It's not easy for you to stop yourself dropping to the ground without smashing your face close to it anyway. I'll show you probably the video after when we record. But specifically, that's one girl group that I personally like anyway. But any boy group, not really.
But I can still go with, as far as what was really popular during my time of growing up too, was like this group called Blackstone. They really, I guess the voices balance out each other as well. You had SWV and In Vogue. I can think of any other group that was during that time, but those were really groups that was like, if they have concerts today, they'll sell out because they really, really was that good.
I mean, there's even, like I said, so many artists I would give like my flowers to, you know what I mean? And I know it's the same way with you too, Mama. That we can just geek over or just talk about, talk about, talk about. But it's just certain artists, certain groups that we just personally like, you know, and we just want to just
share them with you because, like I said, we do things and we record. We don't go back and try to edit over what we're saying at this particular time. What we're saying right now is unscripted. That's what we want to keep it. So we can keep it, like I say, authentic. If we have to do research on certain topics, especially technology, we had to do research on that. When it came down to movies, we want to make sure that we're talking about the right movies. But the music, it's just music from our own heart that we
our own
say
personal
we like.
opinions,
right. And of course, we know it's thousands and thousands of musicians and stuff around the world, probably millions of people as around the world. Because right now, you have people don't even have recording contracts, but they making money off YouTube and building a fan base from that. And a person that I know that got a contract, that I know recently got a contract, or maybe a year or so, Tyler. She said she was just making her music videos, her YouTube videos, or TikToks or whatever, just for fun. And she was offered a contract. But it's so many people out there, so much talent out there that we can't name everybody. And that's the way it is. And it's going to be a short video because we don't know all the artists. We just know the artists that we connect with,
we connect with,
who we want to listen to all the
our
time.
favorites, right. Just even like honorable mentions and stuff like that and certain things. So it's just our own view on music. That's it.
That's all it is.
Once again, always say this towards the end of each episode, we will revisit some of these topics in the future. So it's not like this is like a topic that we just do and drop. Some of these topics will resurface again in season 2, but just with more structure, of course.
Right, and that time around we'll do a little bit more research on it.
And specifically just with that, it just more be an evolved version of that episode. That's it.
Right.
So it would just be music, but part 2, and just us getting more in deep with some of the artists that we personally like. And new artists always comes up every day, either in our feed or just coming up artists. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be something different, and we're just going to be very excited to just share different topics, new topics, and stuff like that for you guys. And we're going to take a little break and we're going to end this episode. Alrighty, party people. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. And if you want to follow us everywhere you can, it's at What's the Topic Again podcast on YouTube. You can search that everywhere on Apple and Spotify. So please subscribe and follow us everywhere, of course. Specifically, visit our website. It's beautifully displayed right here. It's whatsthetopicagain.com. It's down there, link in the description. And you can comment down below what artists, musicians, groups, bands, whatever that you just personally enjoy.
Right.
And, we'll listen to it. We will, probably just
give you a shout out, give you a comment on it.
Yeah, and we love a discussion down in the comments for sure. So just leave it down in the comments and just let us know. Any final notes, Mama?
No, everything was great. I was having a hot flash at the last minute, so hey, it is what it is. It comes with age, and I'm gonna grow old gracefully with it.
Alrighty, we'll see you guys next week with another video.